Today we are potentially building my favorite ever built house in The Sims 4. Hi guys, welcome back to another speed build video, and for those who are new, welcome to the channel. And as I said, this house ended up being one of my favorite house I have ever built in The Sims 4. And yeah, it took me quite a while to figure out the exterior, but I think I managed pretty well. And yeah, let me know what do you think about the build, and yeah, I hope I actually did it justice. Unfortunately, I did not found the photo reference on the video. I'm not sure which one it was that I saw, but I tried my best to look for it and I did not manage it. But yeah, so basically I saw this house. Actually, I think it was a SketchUp. I made was with it was made with SketchUp, and it was like one of those short videos or photos or something. I can't remember very well. But the house was pretty much like it looks in The Sims, but just all the stairs, including the ones to the right side, they were kinda the same as the ones on the left, which looks like you are kinda walking on the roof itself. But unfortunately, in The Sims, we could not make the stairs the same way, since we needed like a one extra tower for your Sims can walk through the, as you can see, the two archways. So it's like a little pathway that goes from one stairs, basically one floor to another floor. But I had to push the stairs one tile back in order to be accessible. So yeah, the house is basically like just a roof piece with the little cube that I'm just dealing right now in the middle, and it was like a fully glass. I mean, the one of the walls from the back side of the house and the front was just a wall. In the photo reference, it was not like a just pure glass wall like I did in The Sims, but I think because in the photo references it was more like a cabinish looking house, but since I recently did a cabin looking A-frame building, I didn't want to do this one as well, and I thought that like make it a little bit like extremely modern. It would look much nicer in The Sims, so I went for it, and the house pretty much ended up being like completely white inside and out, and yeah, I think that it looked. It turns out at the end like looking amazing. As well, if you stay by the end of this video, we're gonna do a little walk through the entire building, and there's like a little surprise that I kept it off camera as well, and you can see it at the end of the video with the walkthrough. I almost forgot that we can do quite an interesting builds and stuff in The Sims with the platforms, so I was quite happy doing this build and the way it turned out, especially in the back side of the house. So it's like a couple of, I don't know how do you call like platforms, but like a couple of terraces that they're all in the different levels, separated with a couple of and accessible with a couple of stairs or steps. Um, but it turns out looking very nice. And once I placed the grass floors for these little terraces, I kinda was thinking maybe I should do like a more eco-friendly but not like a fully off-grid build, because I don't really know what you can do. I've never done a fully off-grid build, but yeah, I think that's an idea. So let me know, guys, down below in the comments if that's something that you would like to see, like a fully functional off-grid house in The Sims. Yeah, I think that could be a fun idea to do. Um, yeah, but as I said, it is not an off-grid building, but it's a kinda eco-friendly. I did add the little solar panels and the, I don't know how it's called, like the windmill on the top of the roof. so they will help kind of with the electricity bills, I believe, not with the water, but with the electricity bills. So yeah, here I really wanted to use like on the bottom, basically on the ground floor, I wanted to use the same short walls as the rest of the terraces to kind of look the same instead of just different textures and colors, so it's kind of like a painted all the same color. But I had to include a little gate, and yeah, so it's basically not clipping into any fence, it just placed it there, but I think it's still functional. And yeah, so from the outside I did include the little fountain, and I was planning to do like on the second terrace, which I ended up placing just a little bench and pretty much that's it. But on that one you'll see in a second, I was planning to include another fountain up there, but apparently on the platforms we are not really allowed, or we can't really place a fountain, but we can do a pool, which is quite weird. I mean, I guess I could have done a pool and kind of make it non-accessible for your sims, so it's kind of gonna act just like a fountain, but then the pools are quite deeper than the fountain, so it's gonna look a little bit weird. And as well later on, since when I did add the little surprises in this build, the pool would not play very well with the little surprise. Anyways, I think we are sorting out the layout in the inside of the house and the floor plan, and it will change a little bit later on. Just this little room that's in the middle, which is going to be a bathroom, so the little cube that's on the other side. For some reason I had to keep it a platform and open like that, because if you had a wall you can't place the stairs, which I don't know if it's just a glitch or if just actually the game doesn't allow you to do that, but it was a little bit weird, so I had to use a little open cube in that room. But later on I'm just gonna move it one tile to the right, so it's going to be inside of the little bathroom instead of the bedroom. You'll see the difference a little bit later, but yeah, so basically on the ground floor, which can be accessed only from the upper floor, so your sims kind of has to walk through the roof, like the stairs that are combined with the roof, or from the back side of the house to access the bedroom areas. So basically we have just the two bedrooms, and I think there were like 4 or 5 bathrooms. Yeah, there is quite a lot of bathrooms, but there was a lot of areas and floors in this build, so I was thinking maybe, because Sims really like using the bathrooms in the game, so I was thinking instead of your Sims walking all the way from the rooftop to the basement to use the bathroom, it's gonna take quite a while and it can be a little bit annoying, so I just include. We did have the space, as you can see here under the roof in one corner. I did add a little, just a toilet basically for the rooftop terrace, so your Sims, when they have a party or something upstairs, they don't have to really walk 3 floors down below, so they can use a bathroom. So I did add a couple of bathrooms as well underground in this build. You'll see it in a second. So yeah, this is what I was saying, the little eco-friendly items thing that I placed on the roof, so they will help you with the bills in the game if you decide to download and play with this house. It does look quite futuristic, I would say, like something that would belong in the world that came with eco lifestyle. I'm not sure what was the name, but I think it would match there perfectly. I just really like this. I started building here and I really like the lot itself, because it has a lot of natures and like the views from this building. As I said, like the front of the house, which is going to be the living room, and the back of the house. it's like a fully glass walls, and then you can see from one side to another side, and the views in this lot are amazing. So from the one side you have like the mountains and greeneries, on the other side you have the lake, and I think a couple of houses from the locals and stuff. So yeah, the landscaping, as always, I did use the debug and the live edit object to kind of match the surrounding landscape, I guess. But yeah, I just used whatever was around the world. I used on the same lot as well, so I didn't want to do anything extra apart with just a couple of greeneries and stuff. So here we are starting with the furnishing of the house, the back of the house exactly, and so in the pool area I just add a bar with a couple of chairs and a couple of lounge chairs, and on this little terrace with the grass I add just a little barbecue area with the a dining area as well, and a couple of clutters, but not too much. And yeah, so the little terrace that's on the left of the barbecue area is the one that I was talking about, that I wanted to include like a fountain, but apparently I could not, so I ended up just placing a couple of plants. And as you saw, I did size up the small plants that came with the base game, and they come in with like a white pot and just a nice little greenery on top, and when it's sized up it does look very nice and modern as well, so I had to include those and a couple of them. But as you saw on the other terrace, I add a little sitting area as I'm doing right now, and this is the probably my favorite part of the entire house, which is this rooftop that has these fans that comes with the lightning underneath from the businesses and hobbies, I believe. And yeah, so it's a sitting area, and then you have like a standing like a high tables with the bar stools, a bar itself with the lights, and it it's looking like a potentially could be like a rooftop a restaurant or a bar or something, but I was thinking maybe if your Sims is rich and it's the ultimate um, entertaining house, so I was thinking maybe why not? They do a lot of friends. They have a lot of friends over. They do party. They do a lot of partying, and yeah. So I thought it looks amazing. I mean, it would be amazing to have that, especially with those views and the rooftop towers. If this was my house, I would spend definitely majority of my time up there, just admiring the views with potentially a glass of wine or an apple spritz. Even my morning coffee, like I would definitely be up there. So yeah, for the kitchen we went with the base game counter, and I had to just use these counters because there is nothing else in the build about the home chef hustle or something. Those ones are quite too modern. I know I said that the build I wanted to be more modern than a rustic looking as on the reference, but I kinda enjoyed these cabinets. They look more like a current, like a more like a nowadays um counter kitchen, or like a, how do you call the doors? They look like a more modernistic, something that you would use today. I did use this little from, I believe they're coming with a dine out, or I believe so, the little signs that you can place for the restaurant as a backsplash, and they also came with like a nice wooden texture that is not the same but pretty similar as the kitchen itself, and I just used a couple of shelves on top of it, and I think it looked amazing. Um, you just saw the little dining area, and right now we are in the living part of the on the living room. Yeah, I kept it pretty simple as well. I normally do quite a few throw pillows or cushions, if you will, on the sofas, but for this one I thought I'd just the one that looks a little bit nicer, and it gives that little details and it doesn't look very cluttered. And I love this idea where I combine the Vladimir's painting with the mirrors above the modern marble fireplace, and I thought it looks altogether amazing. So yeah, this is the down floor or the ground floor where the bedrooms are, but as well I include, since upstairs we don't have a TV, I include the massive kind of cinema style TV with this. I I swear I always thought that they're bookshelves, but apparently they're just shelves like for decorations and stuff. And I combined them with the cabinets or the upper cabinets from the base game kitchen as well that came with the new swatches, and it kind of matched the back of the TV. I wouldn't say perfectly, but it matches quite well. And yeah, so behind it we have the little bathroom for this floor, and I use this kind of separator which I normally don't use. I normally use the little, I don't know how you call it, like the wooden slabs that are kind of separators. And I did use them at first, but then I saw this one, so I was like, let's do something different, and I think that it looks much better than just the little wall pieces or separator, whatever they are. Yeah, so as well as I said, not too much clutter in basically any of the rooms. And at first I had a bar here and I wanted to have a bar in this area, but then I add a bar in the little surprise or bonus room that's you will see it in a minute. And I removed the bar from this floor for this living room. I was thinking maybe not to include a office, but then I had this little space here, and I didn't really wanted to do another bedroom, so I just said I was thinking maybe Yosim is on vacation here, but still, if they wanted to do some work, they have a space for it and just disconnect from the rest of the party or whatever is going on in the house. So I just ended up doing two bedrooms, and this bedroom is the first one, and I didn't really particularly made any style of it. Like, I had no children in mind for this house, so I just made it as like potentially a guest bedroom. So I guess I just made it like just comfy enough for your guests to enjoy it and not have any particular theme going on with the colors and everything else. And this is the master bedroom. So both bedrooms come with the ensuite bathroom, and yeah, this is the master bedroom. And for this building I had to use my favorite combo of bed and nightstand, which I think they should have been in the same pack. Like, they look exactly like they belong together, but unfortunately they do not. So yeah, and I just add a couple of wardrobes and this little pampas grass or whatever it's called, and that's pretty much it for the bedrooms as well. Alrighty, so we are going to do a tiny little walkthrough the entire building, and for a moment I forgot how to speak there. And so this is the entrance. I really like how this pathway goes all the way up to the building itself, and it has like a little, well, not parking area, but like, for the sake of this video, let's just imagine that it is a parking area. So I just add like a couple of cars, and obviously the fancy ones because they need to match the build. So yeah, just a couple of those, and obviously I moved them with the tow modes because you can't really put anything that's outside of the lot. And I really hide this little grass area here that is not really connected to it, but hey. So we're gonna go from the front of the house, and then we're gonna show the back of the house as well. As I said, it's a pretty ultimate party or entertainment house. And as well, I really tried hard before even post the video to find the reference photos of it, but I just couldn't, and well, I didn't really try hard enough. So anyways, so you go up the stairs, and this is the entrance of the house. So this is like a little tiny, not balcony, but like just a passway that goes all the way up to the building, which we're gonna see it in a second. But for now, this is the entrance. So you have a little, okay, so you have like a tiny little, well, not really tiny, but you have like a nice little sitting area where you can just welcome your guests and whatever. I mean, look at that view. That is beautiful. And here we have, so it's pretty open and it's fairly small house, as you can see, but I thought I would add more of a, like a architecture design point of view instead of just making it feel more homey or comfy. So you have the dining and the little kitchen area on this side. I really like how this turned out with but then again, I'm not sure if the oven stove combo is going to work, since you can see the cabinets through it, but if not, you can just move it one counter to the left, and I'll just put it on this side on the island, and it will be perfectly operational. Okay, as you can see, I did forget to put a fire alarm, but I will make sure I do that before I upload it to the gallery. So yeah, also you have an amazing view from both sides of the house, and on the side you have the view of the pool and the backyard area, and as well the village lake or whatever it is that. And so yeah, in order for you, so on this floor we have, as you saw, we have only the living area, and then right now we are heading down to the what it is another living room potentially, or if you will, like a cinema or TV room or a gaming. I did include a little console or whatever that is, so your Sims can play Sims or whatever games that they want to. And I really like how this turned out as well. Like, it is very, very nice. Like, I really like this one. So on this side, in this little corner, we have a little office area for your Sims as well. This house, as I said earlier, this house is mainly for entertainment and potentially where your Sims go for vacations and you know, just to cool. But I still include a little office just in case your Sims would need to do some work, some quick work or whatever. But it's just a laptop, so it's you can just remove that one or convert this one to anything that you want. This little room we're gonna go at the end. It's a little surprise, and this is a little guest bathroom, or like just a bathroom that the people that are staying in this area can use. And here we have two bedrooms. Here we have the master bedroom. I really had to use this bath for this build and the colors and everything, so I needed to use this combo as well. The nightstand and the table, a little wardrobe, and an ensuite bathroom with double sink, a little shower, and as you see, we just saw earlier, I just include this one separator for the shower. I don't know how it's called, this glass, but I kinda tucked it in the wall, so it's kinda like a pocket door that your Sims can just slide and close the shower. I just thought that would look a little bit nice and a little different than the normal showers. And here we have the second bedroom. I pretty much went with the same color scheme in here because I didn't have any children in particular in mind for this build, so I just wanted to do just a plain bedroom, and then maybe if you decide to move in with the family, and then you can redecorate it and make it as you want. But they as well have a ensuite bathroom, nothing much, just the basic stuff. And I guess I did went a little bit with the clutter when it comes to the bathrooms, but yeah. So as I said, we're gonna use the last room, which is downstairs. We're gonna see it just in a second, but for now let's just go. So we can go which way? Let's go to the backyard. So this, oh, they disappeared. I'm pretty sure there was lights all the way to the back. I will have to double check that before I upload, but yeah, I did include those little lights on the floor, so it's kind of gonna, because I didn't want to put any lights on the walls, on the side of the wall, so I just put the ones that's like a pathways, so your Sims can be able to see when they're walking. Again, there's floor to ceiling glass windows, or I guess so. I just didn't really like how this clips on, but when you do on two separate floors, the glass and then the line is always there, so you can't really do much about it. But I really like how it looks, the whole build. So as you saw, this is kind of like a steps its own, so here is not much happening on this level. Then on this level you kind of have like a little barbecue area with a dining area. I really like this. I really like this building. I almost forgot that you can do stuff like this with the platforms in The Sims. But here we have a little sitting area where your Sims can chill, or like the parents can chill, and then children can go in the pool. And here we have the pool area, a couple of lounge chairs, the pool itself, and a little bar where the Sims can have a grab a drink. So now, I'm sure this chair in the middle is not functional, but the other two are, so your Sims can sit and have a drink on the bar. And here we have a little fountain where your Sims, so it's like a back door, so your Sims on the garden, so your Sims can just pass through. And I just include like a fountain and a couple of lights and greenery just to make it a little bit more live. But yeah, so this is the back of the building itself. Just look at that view through the entire house from one side to the other side. That is beautiful. Yeah, so right now we are gonna go to the rooftop terrace, and then at the end I'm gonna show you the little surprise that I kinda did off the camera. And yes, on this side we have another bathroom which can be used for the pool or as well for the guests. So it's kind of like a separated for the main house, if that makes sense, but it's pretty nice bathroom, I would say. It looks pretty decent. So yeah, so we are going up to the other portion. So I don't know if you noticed, like these stairs are kind of connected to the roof, and it seems like you are walking on the roof itself. But unfortunately, because we need to put like a little one tile so your Sims can walk here and then to the steps, these steps are not the same, so they're kind of more pushed back one tile. But I still think it looks nice. But on the photo that I saw, or like a video, whatever was that, like it was the same. These stairs were exactly the same like the other side. I just add a couple of lights so this can be lit up in the evening as well. I think, yeah, those are just the two of them, and then this is the kind of rooftop bar chilling area, if you will. So just on the bar, a couple of high tables with the bar stools, and a nice little sitting area. I mean, look at that view. That is beautiful. This Sims has to be rich to have this house. I'm not sure, I didn't even check what is the total price of the house, but this Sim has to be rich to be able to afford this. And on this side we also have a little bathroom, just so the Sims don't have to go up and down all the time to just use the bathroom. Okay, and let's skip a little through the glass. And I also like how I normally put like a couple of cushions or throw pillows on the sofas, but for this one I was thinking maybe a simple, as I said, I didn't want it to clutter it much. I just used this little sofa and just one pillow on the sofa, and I think it looks pretty nice. I love this living room. So this is the little surprise that I did off camera, and since I had in mind entertainment house, like with a lot of things that your Sims can do a lot of things, so I had to add this a little bit. Oh, we can't go down. Okay, so here we are. This is basically the basement. I'm not sure why you can't go down in the basement, but hey. So once you come down, you have a little kitchenette, if you will. You have like a little fridge, dishwasher, sink, popcorn, and sweets, some kind of sweets. I've never played with that little item in the corner, so it says that it makes some sweets thing. I think it came with the businesses and hobbies, and of course a coffee machine, but again not much clutter in it. And then when you come here, you have like an open space. You have a poker table or a cards table. You have a little football table, and you have a table tennis. I'm pretty sure it is. So where I come from, in my language, we call this a ping pong table, but I'm not sure. So let me know, guys, down below in the comments if any of you is calling this a ping pong table in your own language, or it's just table tennis. Because to me, table tennis doesn't really, I mean, kind of makes sense, it looks like, but it also at the same time doesn't make sense, because it's like nothing to do with the tennis. You don't really move on this one, it's just your hand. But yeah, you have a little dashboard as well, and I had to include, I mean, I was not planning, but then I saw it and was like, okay, so it makes sense to be included in this little room. The bowling alley, or whatever it's called, whatever, you know what I mean. And from here we have like a little sitting, like a little hallway, not a sitting area, a couple of towers, and then you can go to the sauna. Pretty awesome. You have a sauna in your own house, and you have another bathroom as well, which is quite different than the rest of the bathrooms in the house. So this is how the entire house looks like from outside. I really like the back of the house, how it turned out. As well, I kind of tried to make this house look a little bit more like a eco-friendly, but it's not fully, I mean, it's not off the grid, that's what I meant. But yeah, I think you can save a little bit on the bills, electricity bills. So yeah, that is all for this build. Thank you so much, guys, for watching the video. If you like this build, you can find it on the Sims Gallery under Richmond 3. And if you did enjoy this video, please do not forget to like, subscribe, and yeah, I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.